Hi everybody, this is Lorraine from Morris & Sons, and again I'm here with Tal.
Hello.
Hi Tal.
Hi.
In our beautiful Sydney store, and Tal and I are continuing our conversation about all things socks. We both love knitting socks, and today we'd love to talk to you about the amazing tools that we've got on offer here in store and what you need basically to do your sock project. So Tal, what have you got over there?
Well, what I am at the moment using the Zings. These are the Knitpro. They're called Zing aluminium, and the beauty of these are they come in all different colours. So each size is a different colour, so you know when you're pulling them out what you're using. And I think the actual
What size is yours?
I use a 2.5.
Okay,
I
so
go between,
red is 2.5.
I go between 2.25 or 2.5 is a standard.
So I've got
size.
these gold ones, which are 2.25.
Yeah, it's nice to have them fairly firm, because as you're putting it on and off all the time, if they're too loose, it's not really not practical. But I also find that with the book that I'm using, a counter is really handy, because as I'm doing my rows, keeping my counter, so I always know where I'm at, really, and it's a lovely quality, this one. And then I end up with little stitch markers, so if I'm doing the heel, I'll pop a little mill and that'll be moving. So these are just really good to have anyway in your kit, so they're very practical. But other needles that are used are if people find the wood, a lot of people love the wood, they're just lovely to use. Sometimes the colour though, if you're using a dark wool, is a bit hard to see, so it just depends. And sometimes they can be a bit fragile. If you're quite heavy-handed, they can snap. So the next thing would be these are the Karbonz, so they feel like wood, a lot harder, and they've got that beautiful metal tip.
Yes.
So also lovely. And then we've got the Mindful, which is the new design for Knitpro, and they're using stainless steel. Again, fantastic.
This is actually a circular needle here.
There's circular, but you have also to have the DP ends in the Mindful. But the difference with the stainless steel, it's not as slippery as the nickel, which was the original Nova, but it's just as good, and the point is wonderful. So really and truly, most of the needles you'll enjoy using. But I just found the Zings slightly less slippery, so for a beginner they're quite good. Wood is lovely too.
I agree with you totally. I've tested them all just because I wanted to give them all a go, and I've ended up using the Zings purely because I've got different sizes, and I love the fact that they're different colours. That really helps me.
But really and truly, any of these, we've had Knitpro now for about 20 years, and they're still our preferred needle. They just cross all bases for all different techniques and whatever you want to use. So, and then we also have, I learned this from a German customer. We thought this was just darning wool, which it is, but what she said was it's designed to go with your socks. So when you're coming to your heel, you choose a colour that's similar, and you reinforce the heel with extra 2 strands of yarns on the heel and the toe. So it just means, because that's usually where you get holes when you're wearing them over and over again, which is easy to darn, but that's generally where the toe and the heel. So it comes in quite a nice selection of colours. Really good.
What an amazing tip. I'm actually really glad that we're shooting this video today, because I'm going to use that.
And also, just to reinforce, people often ask, it's quite a constant question, how much wool do I need? 1 ball of sock yarn. If it's a sock yarn or a hank, it's usually about 400 metres, and that will do enough for just a nice, decent length. If you want it a lot longer, you will need an extra ball, but if you're just doing a men's sock or a women and you just want it about thigh length, up to the, is that called calf length? That's what you get, and 1 ball is absolutely plenty.
My tip for these would be, because you get quite a few in a packet, have them everywhere.
Yeah.
Have some in your handbag, have some in wherever, beside your TV, your sofa, because I always need them and I can never find them. So I've started just putting them everywhere.
Gather them around the house.
Because, you know, like we've said before, these are great projects to just take everywhere. And it's quite frustrating when you need a stitch holder and you haven't got one, a stitch marker.
But watch this space, because we're getting a beautiful collection of bags and little wallets and things to store all your stuff. So that's coming soon.
And I guess the other thing that's really important in tools are our patterns.
Yes, the patterns make a big difference. As I was saying, I love the just the Patons AYC pattern, but I think these 2 books are quite nice because they go through and give you other types of styles, and actually even some garments and things and hand warmers. So these are lovely. They come with a Regia sock yarn, And then also AYC does this little thing where you can have different styles of heels and toes. And
Yes.
because there's many ways to do your heel and your toe. There's who knows how many. And as you get to know socks, you learn how
Yeah.
and experiment. Yeah.
That's the best
Yeah.
thing you can do. Experiment,
Yeah.
try them all, and then you'll find
Yeah.
your preference. There's no right or wrong way to do
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Just-
our sock models, we've done maybe about 25 different people have made them, and they're all different.
Right.
But it's everybody has their
Yeah.
preference,
Yeah.
and they do what they.
Yeah,
So,
and then the other books that I love that we've just got in recently are the Laine 52 Weeks of Socks. We've got Volume 1 and Volume 2, and these are just beautiful. They're basically coffee table books for sock instruction, and so I just like to, flick through and see what my next project
gorgeous.
might be. But if you think of socks as little mini projects, anything that you do in a jumper or a garment, you could do in a sock, and it's a really
Totally.
great way to
Yeah.
just test it. So whether it's
Yep.
ferrule, colour
Yep.
work,
Cables,
cabling,
yep.
pontel,
look at the back of that. That's a
Yeah.
cable. Yeah. So
gorgeous. So this is
many
definitely
techniques, but on a small scale. So you're practicing.
Yes.
Your brain's getting to know it.
Yes.
But you end up with a beautiful pair of
yeah,
socks.
yeah.
How good is
So
that?
if you want some sock eye candy, highly recommend these books as
Or
well. They're
little
gorgeous.
hint to people in your life as little gifts
Yes.
for that big thing coming up called Christmas.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, that's really wonderful, Tal. Thank you for talking to us about all of the tools.
My
And we've just
pleasure.
got such a huge collection here at Morrison Sons, haven't we? So no matter
We've
what
got
size
it
of
covered.
needle or
There is no, you will not come here and walk out without something if you're
Yeah.
planning to make socks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we hope that's helped you decide what tools you need to make your socks. And I guess what's so lovely about socks is it's not a huge investment. You basically need, like Tal said,
Yep.
one ball of yarn,
Yep,
your
ball of
needles,
yarn, little pack of needles,
pattern,
a couple of the accessories, a pattern.
and away you go.
Yep, absolutely. And the ball of yarns generally, they start at about $20,
Yeah.
and for the hand dyed, they may be about $43. So there's a
Yeah.
nice level of all different fibres.
Yeah. For all of the products that Tal and I have chatted about today, you can find the link to see them all on our website just below. Tal and I are going to be talking more about socks in the upcoming weeks because we love socks so much, and we hope to see you then. So keep watching, follow us on our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram for more updates, and leave us a comment if there's anything you'd like to say.